These are my papers, my keyword outline, as well as my full sentence outline, and the works cited. Howdy, my name is Azir Hernandez, and today we'll be completing speech number 3 for my Comms 203 class. Thank you. So, imagine, when you think about Mexico, what do you think? White sandy beaches, drugs, cartel violence, femicide, murder, organ trafficking. You think of all these negative things perpetuated by the media. There's so many things that will want people to stay away from Mexico. There's every single day there was a killing, there was a mass shooting, there's so many things. But the difference is you don't really hear about that from the US or Canada or Europe. I don't hear every day, oh, well, there was a shooting in Nebraska, there was a shooting in Minnesota, there was a shooting in Montana. I don't hear that, right? Therefore, I believe that there should be a committee dedicated to changing the narrative, a committee dedicated to fixing this issue. So once again, the media often portrays a very negative and skewed type of Mexico. For example, Narcos Mexico, one of Netflix's biggest hits, portrays drug cartels and drug violence. But what if I told you that isn't actually the reality? So, this is the true reality of Mexico. So, despite the negative portrayals, Mexico's reality is a very different story. Economic stability, people in Mexico, not everyone is poor. Just like in the USA, just like in Canada, just like in Europe, just like everywhere in the world. The World Bank actually reports Mexico's GDP grew 2.1% in 2019. And as of 2024, Forbes ranks Mexico's economy number 12th in the world. That's surpassing Spain, South Korea, Australia, and Switzerland, just to name a few. So keep that in mind. And as far as safety goes, you're not going to get shot up the moment you go to Mexico. Like, I'm being so for real. Like, there's specific areas like the city of Mérida, which is the capital of Yucatan. There's Polanco, San Pedro Garcia. There's so many beautiful places that are very safe. Now, from my own personal experience, I can tell you I have felt so much safer in these places than I ever have in Houston, in the Bronx, in parts of Manhattan, in parts of Bryan. I mean, hey, I'm filming from the Bryan College Station area. And just so that you can imagine, this is Mexico. This is real Mexico, right? Right here, this is the entrance to Polanco. And it's beautiful. I've been here before. This shopping center with Dolce & Gabbana, Tiffany & Co., Louis Vuitton, all these different stores, that's real Mexico. That's in Polanco. This is the entrance to Lomas de Chapultepec. This is a restaurant in Lomas de Chapultepec. This right here is San Pedro Garcia. And this is the university whose flagship campus is centered in San Pedro Garcia. And their tuition is on par of that to Texas A&M. There are people who, can afford to do these things. Mexico is not as impoverished or as cartel-strucken as you might seem. These are very beautiful, very safe areas, and plenty of people live in these areas. Therefore, what's my solution, right? What do I plan on getting fixed? So, I believe that there should be a policy to help positive reporting of Mexico. There should be a fix to this, and that's what a committee will do. So what would the committee do, and what are the benefits of it? Well, they'd improve the overall viewpoint of Mexico, right? It would help improve tourism. which is a major part of Mexico's GDP, and it will help improve the cultural appreciation of Mexicans throughout the world, right? Because here in the US, Mexicans are considered as job stealing, or like they are looking to steal your jobs, or they're bringing drugs and all these negative stereotypes perpetrated by the media. But the reality is, if this is the new stereotype, if this is what people perceive as Mexico, there can be a better, more positive cultural exchange. Mexican food can be seen as beautiful. Mexican culture can be seen as beautiful and not dirty, not otherworldly, right? This is positive change, and it will help improve Mexican tourism. People from the United States, people from Canada, people from Europe will be able to go to not only Cancun, Tulum, Isla Mujeres, but places like Tabasco, Tlaxcala, Mexico City. Beautiful, beautiful places that Mexico offers the world. So, to sum up all that has been stated, there needs to be a true discussion. There needs to be a group of people who get together to be like, hey, this is the issue. This is negatively affecting our viewpoint on the world. This is negatively affecting our economy. This is negatively affecting so many things. And we need to fix it, and there needs to be policies put in place, and that committee can oversee everything: media in the United States, media in Canada, media in Europe, media all throughout the world. That way they can possibly be putting out good, positive things. And there needs to be a balance, because where there is negative, there's always positive. And that's all I have for today. Thanks, and give 'em.